to our next segment on the Deliverance Network. We're coming to you today from the beautiful conservation area of Chapman Mills, just outside Heart's Desire, the neighborhood where I grew up. And today we're going to be sharing with you again some experiences of God the Father and some experience of satanic attack with a little bit of advice on what you can do and that you really do not have to fear when this happens. And it's also a bit of a warning of an impending storm that God is going to be allowing to help the human race move more in the direction He would like us to move. Hi, I'm Karen Bourgon, Ottawa wife and mother of 6. I'm a former fitness professional, and in my current work, I'm an administrator. I also run a women's group called Sisterhood. It all began in December 1999 with what I call my angel experience, and has continued to this day. Since that time, I've continued to have experiences and occasional messages from Jesus, Mary, God, angels, and unfortunately spiritual attack from Satan and demons through the dream form. We'll be bringing these experiences to life for you as witness here on the Deliverance Network. We're coming to you today from the beautiful location of Chapman Mills Conservation Area because some of the settings are very, very poignant experiences of God, and we wanted you to experience them as I did. Well, this dream experience was set in the beautiful neighborhood of Heart's Desire. We're not far from there now at the Rideau River here. And in the experience, I was again thrown back paralyzed and lifted in spirit form. And I was brought at high speed into this velocity that had me surrounded with alphabet-like shiny white letters. And as I was experiencing this, I asked, what are all these letters? And the answer was, these are all the letters that were ever spoken or ever made. And as I came through these galaxies and systems, I again expected to see God, but instead I saw many, many hurtling black tornadoes, very, very thick, heavy tornadoes. After I was hurtling through these galaxies, I again expected to see God, much like the other experience where I came face to face with Him. But this time I saw these shiny, black, heavy, hurtling tornadoes, and they were whirling at high velocity, and I really do liken them to the warning of this impending storm that is coming, that is of God, that other mystics speak about. And it is a storm that is meant to awaken mankind up to the times that we're in and the things that we need to do to change. And as the tornadoes were whirling, they spoke and a message came. So I do believe this is from God, but it was in that image for a reason, as a warning. And it said, no more. The time has come. No more bad things are to be done on the earth. The time for bad things to be done on the earth has come to an end. And I could feel my mouth hanging open as these words were spoken to me. And then I was shot back into my body at very high velocity, no backward travel at all. It was just there, boom, and I woke up. Again, a very, very poignant warning type dream. This dream experience was from September the 9th, 2005, and was yet again another experience of attack by Satan, and I was shown how I am to react during these experiences. This dream experience was again another experience of attack from Satan, as he becomes more open and obvious in his attack against Christians as we get a little further along in the spiritual journey, and he has to just come out and outwardly intimidate us. And in this experience, this dream experience, he approached me. It was in the shape of a human man, and he singled me out and was speaking sarcastically and tauntingly to me. And I was face to face with him, but unafraid, because God has shown me how much power we have, the protection that God provides as we go forward in the spiritual journey. And he was basically speaking sarcastically to me, saying, shouldn't you be receiving communion every day, and making little accusation type comments. And I said to him, I practice First Friday, I practice First Saturday. I said, why don't you go receive communion? Because really you don't get into a long dialogue with the devil. And then he brought some kind of a weapon forward in his left hand, and he was showing it to me as if he was going to try and harm me and harm others with it. And because we walk as Christians in the authority and power of Jesus and God, I went towards him and I literally took whatever he had in his hand and I removed it. And then I turned to speak to him, and I had tears of burning love pouring from my eyes, and I said to him, not one human being does not benefit from these tears of love I have for them against you. All of hell must fear and hate these tears. And as I said this and took the weapon from his hand, Satan literally staggered backwards onto the floor. He was so powerless. He was absolutely overcome by God's power. So that's something I really want to encourage all of you out there to recognize, is that you do not have to fear Satan, no matter how much he increases the attack. this was quite a vivid, dramatic experience. One of my more recent ones from November the 5th, 2014. And in it, my family and I had taken a short drive and we had come to a pier exactly like this little one that we tripped upon today while we were filming. And when we stepped onto this little wooden raft pier right at the water's edge as it is in the middle of the lake river, we all removed our shoes, our family, and it likened me to the fact that when you're in holy ground, you remove your shoes. And we were all sitting on this wooden pier, my family and I. And as I turned and looked, I saw a storm of immense proportions approaching, and I had never seen a storm like that in my life. It was going to be epic, unseen of before. And I was worried on the pier, we better get out and get in our car, drive away, but before I could even turn back and look again, the storm had moved and it was positioned over the lake that I was sitting in front of. And I became aware, no, the only safe place during this storm, and the storm would only move clockwise, so to me it's something that's coming up. The storm, the only safe place is on the pier, the raft, the ark, which is of course Mary and the church and God. And I was shown this storm starting to form over the water, and it was like a hurricane of massive proportions, hurtling in a circle. And as it hurtled, I could tell it was absolutely evil. As it turned clockwise, little birds began to fly off from the hurricane. It was as if it was a big black oil slick hurricane in the sky. And these birds were evil, and they flew to all four corners of the earth, and it was going to be evil everywhere, basically. And I was shown the only safe place is going to be on this raft, and that sitting here on this raft, shoes off, family together with God, it's going to be the only safe place during this upcoming storm. And again, I've spoken about the storm. Other sentinels on the watchtower like myself are also speaking about a coming storm, and the safe place to endure it is to choose God. So I'm urging all of you out there who are still sitting on the fence with their spirituality to make haste in trying to follow the commandments and to be on the side of good. Well, the original part of this dream had me being on a bus, and I was on there to rescue people who were being abducted by an evil bus driver. And the evil bus driver, don't mean to be a little bit sarcastic about it, but the evil is always Satan and his minions. And I was on this and I was trying to rescue people because he was going to eventually drive this bus and kill everyone on it. And then I came to a lake, and I was shown a boat sailing on the lake, and the lake was all dark and overcast. And again, this is likened to that coming storm. And this boat was circling the lake, and the one poignant message from this dream experience is that there was a beam of light, and it was keeping the boat in complete light and peace and tranquility and healthy beauty. Where everywhere else on the lake is surrounded by immense black darkness, this boat is a protected, serene place. And as I was standing on the boat, all of a sudden encouraging other people to come onto it, again, it's likened to the Ark of Mary and the Ark of God. God the Father appeared at the head of the boat, and he appeared as a band of shimmering energy particles. And he passed slowly through the boat and through me, and it felt like the most wonderful, warm experience of God. And after he passed across the boat and across through me, he turned and materialized and became in the face shape of an old man with a long flowing beard, and he just smiled at me. And this dream, as I woke up from it, left me with the most wonderful connected feeling to God the Father, and a feeling of his ultimate protection, love, and care that gives you the peace that the world cannot give. Well, no one really could have told me 18 years ago that I would be sharing my mystical and spiritual experiences with you in this film format, or in the documentaries that we have shared, or in my writings on the DeliveranceNetwork.com. But for me, it's really confirmation from some of my early mystical experiences of God and Jesus, when I was literally told the time has come for you to share that which you have been receiving. And the experiences that we're sharing with you in this season 1, I really hope will be a witness and testimony to the truth of the gospel, the truth of Jesus Christ, the very strong importance of the need to seriously pursue your life as a spiritual journey, and to repent of any sin, and to seek to better yourself, to basically learn how to love. So it's my hope that this witness and this testimony of these experiences will help to just point you in a direction maybe you've started on but you're not sure about, or a direction you haven't even thought about at all, or you're really struggling in some stage of your spiritual journey because of weariness or discouragement or attack from the enemy, whether it's seen or unseen. And I really hope that many of the aids that we give you in this season and in seasons to come will help to bolster you and give you encouragement for the climb that truly is the spiritual journey. Well, thank you for joining us for Season 1 of the Deliverance Network. We hope to be joining you again this fall. But in the meantime, in addition to the witness that I've given you, the spiritual journey, I really want to direct everyone to use their Bibles, read their Bibles, and start taking seriously the words found herein. There is food for every day of your journey right in this good book. God bless you all. To find out more about these experiences and the writings that I have centered around them, please visit the Deliverance Network at www.deliverancenetwork.com. And if you're interested in our women's group Sisterhood, please check out www.sisterhood.live.